Hey. Okay, I was not expecting to record a video tonight. I just got back from work and I'm exhausted. Alright, I just wanted to play some Pikmin and chill out. But of course, Kudo drops a tweet. We got developer notes on the first enemy in the game, the Crownless, the Primal's Desire. So the Crownless, this is like the first official enemy in the game, and it's the one we've seen throughout the trailers, and they dropped the developer's notes on it, so you'll already know I had to read it and cover it. So despite me being exhausted, I gotta do it for the content. But let's actually get into this. Developer's notes, Crownless, the Primal's Desire. This text is kind of hard to see. A high rank tacit discord which mimics the form and actions that of a knight engaged in a ceaseless crusade. Despite its fabricated appearance, the Crownless knows nothing of a knight's duty, nor does it possess any chivalry. It attempts to understand and learn the behavior of a human knight and ward of its overlord, yet fulfills to grasp the true meaning of guardianship the role entails, as the entity only mechanically wields its lance, believing that this will make itself into a glorious knight. So that's actually kind of sad. So it kind of lives its life out mimicking and trying to become an actual knight like humans do, but never fully, gets to accomplish that. It's kind of sad. In the end, it merely became a sinister ghost of warfare, lingering amidst a prolonged void of struggle, trapped in infinite cycle of conflict and death. Once the fighting ends, it finds everything meaningless. Unknowingly, the feathers of the Crownless's wings have been converted into colors of pitch black. And here we get our first full body shot or full model of it, and it looks so badass. I love the jagged edges everywhere. Everything looks so sharp, and then the one wing is very cool. Reminds me a little bit of Sephiroth, but this is really nice. I like this design. Okay, even the lance that once symboled honor has undergone erosion and mutation, radiating an unsettling aura. And this is the lance that it carries, which is really badass, by the way. Look at the tip. It's like poison and electricity. It looks so cool. Oh, and then we get even a little gif of it. I didn't even realize that. The knight's death struggle. The engagement with the knight includes 3 stages, each featuring distinct styles of attack and levels of danger. Its condition gradually changes while facing a formidable opponent like the rover. One attempting. During the initial stage, the knight can be seen making its entrance wearing a cloak and engaging in melee combat with fists and feet. That's what it's, okay. And it just walks so menacingly. While the various move sets are relatively slow, such as long preparation and recovery stances before and after throwing a punch, they provide openings for counterattacks. Okay, so yeah, they are pretty slow and seem relatively easy to dodge. I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of second phase to them, to where they use their spear and become a lot more agile, pop out the wing and just go ham. Despite this, as seen from the knight's evasive maneuvers, it appears as though it is more in a state of enjoyment, giving the impression to be testing out Rover's capabilities in a provocative way. Okay, yeah, and it seems to be, so it's very agile enemy, gonna be dashing around a lot. So you're gonna have to, keep up with the enemy instead of just mashing the attack button. Kinda gotta predict when it's going to jump away and predict where it's going to jump to. Yet the threat remains. Occasionally the knight crouches, slamming its fist into the ground to emit a wide range of shockwaves from the center. Although the move displays are obvious preparation posture, preparatory? I can't read. Preparatory, I think that's what it says. Posture. A slight lapse of concentration may lead to receiving a serious blow due to its wide range of effect. Okay, so it's not like an immediate shockwave. It punches like the ground and then it's kind of delayed, and then when it's pulling back up is when it goes off. It looks really cool though. Look at the animation. Oh, that's so dope. Facing the first powerful foe after awakening can be a tense experience, requiring time to learn its patterns and perfect the timing of attacks and evasion. However, this stage allows Rover to quickly regain their combat prowess. 2. Riled up. Crownless becomes fully riled up after these previous exchanges, having garnered interest in the capable adversary before it. Hence begins the second stage of the engagement. As I was just saying, there's going to be some type of second phase where it's a lot more difficult to deal with, a lot more agile, and just aggressive. Compared to the previous stage, the knight will be more vigilant, always ready to strike or evade, as though taking up the role of a professional boxer. This looks pretty dope. I like it, and for whatever reason these ones won't load, so I guess we're just stuck with the text. Through endless wars and battles, it has forged itself into a proficient master of martial arts. As a war machine, it no longer dawdles in movements, instead employing speed and precision to take down its target. Its actions become swifter, making attacks difficult to evade, especially with the added combos. By accumulating energy, the knight can release a devastating blow full of grandeur. However, this ability comes with a long recovery time, providing an ideal opportunity for the rover to take advantage of. And of course, one of the most interesting and spectacular looking moves, the most like flashy and cool moves we can't even see, so we can blame that on the website not loading. From this stage, it becomes apparent that the knight is incorporated various combat styles that of a human warrior into its own, whether it be the stance of a boxer or multiple forms of melee techniques. All shows the knight's ability to quickly learn and adapt to human behavior. 3. Fury. Having been torn by battle, the knight's cloak is now replaced by a pair of large feathered wings. A lance is called out from beneath its feet, as though showing it now has truly entered the role of a knight, ready to carry out a final duel with the rover. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, once we get it to a certain point, it'll pull out its lance, the wing will come out, and it's in full Mobius mode. With this transformation comes a complete change. Okay, I know I already read that. With this transformation comes a complete change in the knight's fighting style. It shifts from pure melee attacks to menacing lance strikes, and newly obtained wing grant the capability to pounce from the air. As the rover faces sweeping lance blows, the initial strike is easily avoidable, but may be battered by the latter two that come in an immediate, succession. A combat of 3 sweeping attacks demands more accurate timing and evasion from its receiver. In addition to the lance, it would also fling sharp feathers at an unsuspecting rover, a dishonorable move unlike that of a true knight, and rather more of a desperate attempt for victory out of fury. The knight's assault from the air proved to be even more threatening than those on the ground. With greater flexibility in the direction of attacks, significantly increased range and speed, they're extremely lethal. With the increase of frequency in lance sweeps supplemented by feather shots, the rover becomes overwhelmed. And we don't get to see absolutely any of this. Oh my god. Nothing, only this. Okay, so there's the classic Kudo typo. Alright, it's not wubbering information if there isn't a typo. There's always a typo somewhere in their tweets, in the dev notes, whatever. Nothing, only this. The jet black wings can also conjure up a column of tornado. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say a column of tornadoes, or I guess a column of tornado would work. I don't know. Jet black wings can also conjure up a tornado. I don't know. In place of the previous projectiles towards the rover's way. After the grueling battle, the mock-up knight fades away under Rover's blade, the Crownless failed to acquire its crown. The crown represents a child's rite of passage into adulthood and is also the Crownless's initial stage of imitating human beings. However, perhaps only when the Crownless truly understands the nature of human beings can it find its own crown rather than merely imitate. This battle merely marks the beginning of the encounter between the rover and the Crownless. Okay, so even just like basic overworld enemies have all of this lore and just backstory behind them and all of this meaning. Like these Crownless, they basically spend their whole lives just trying to imitate humans and be knights as they were and earn its crown as, you know, its effectively its rite of passage into adulthood. Whether, you know, that be the same as just like getting older or whatever. They have their own kind of rite of passage into their own kind of adulthood, and they trying, or at least they're just kind of like the machines in Metroid Automata or Metroid. What the? I told y'all, bro. I'm exhausted from work. Near Automata, the machines kind of imitating humans, and you know, you acting like they're just imitating them in their way of living. They kind of envy the humans. So it's kind of like this for the Crownless, where they look up to the humans and try to imitate everything they do as to try to become them, because maybe they see them as higher, as kind of like a higher being, so they want to be like them. But regardless, they have a lot of lore behind them already in just the way they fight and how they are. So that's a really cool detail. But yeah, this was a lot shorter than I thought. But yeah, that's really it. Dev notes on the Crownless. This video is kind of sloppy. Sorry about that. I told you I'm exhausted, so I don't really have the energy to record right now. But we out here. Sacrifices have to be made. Yeah, that's a Crownless. So obviously, if you get any more for other enemies or more characters, hopefully Shadow soon, I will be covering them in, you know, a better way. Hopefully next time, or at least later, these will update and I can show those at some other time. But yeah, that's really about it. So as always, thanks for watching. Have a damn good day. Stay safe, be well, and play some goddamn Xenoblade.